Hello guys, what is up and welcome back to another coding video. Today we're going to be talking about something called file operations. Now what this is that Python, it allows you to connect with files outside of the program. So for example, you can create a txt file like what I've done here. I've created a file called code.txt and we can add or read or subtract things from this text file. Now, this text file is just all, text. There's no coding going on inside of this file, so it's just something that we can use, right? So, there are a few types of file operations, and these are recognized in Python with the key letters R, which means to read from a file. This means read means to take info and return, take info from file and return info, right? So let's say I have the word Python in this txt file, then the R function would print Python, right? The next operation that we can do on a file is W, which means to write. This will just add something into file. So let's say you want to add the word Java into the code.txt file, then what you need to do is that run the write command and you will add Java, right? The next command there is A, which means to append, right? Appending means to add. So I guess the writing definition would actually be clear file first and then add, while append would just be to add on top of what there already is. And then the last one in Python is R+, which means reading and writing. Okay, so that is done. Now we can begin working on each of our functions, right? What we first do is that we need to first make the program know that we are taking from this file and this file only. So we need to create a variable, any variable you like. I'll just use a variable fl. And then equals, right? You need to hit the open command, which opens the file in Python. Then the name of the file with the .txt or whatever that you have in quotes, then comma, and then you need to enter one of these. So we're going to start off with the read function, so we're going to enter R. So now we have the file opened. Now we need to actually print from the file. So what we need to do is that we need to loop through every single character in the file. So for x in, and then the file name, so fl, and remember to use fl because that's a variable you use, and then we just print x. Okay, so now let's enter something such as Python, Java, C++, and Ruby into this code file. And if we run this, as you can see, it prints out everything from the file. If we do a new line, let's enter Lua. It will still print because it's just reading everything from this file. I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can see. As you can see, it's printing everything. Okay, so that's pretty simple right there. So we can move on to our next function, which is to write to a file. After writing to a file, we can talk about appending to a file. Okay, so to write a file, what you need to do is that, again, you still need the file .open, but you need to add some more objects to that file, right? So let's say we've opened the file, right? We're going to change this to W because we want to write to the file. And then all we need to do is to do variable.write and then whatever you want to write. So let's say Python Ruby. Right, let's run that. And as you can see, Java, Python, and Ruby have been run to this file. If we delete this and we run this again, as you can see, it's been put back in the file. However, this does not print because there is no read function. So what we need to do is that we need to do r plus, and then we can do fl.read. And then, no, that's another, we can do for I in fl print I. So now we can both, first of all, write to the file, and then if we run that again, we can print the stuff inside. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about the file appending, right? So appending, as I talked about before, it's you adding things to what's already in the file. So let's say we just have, I need to open that back up, .txt. Okay, so let's just have Java in there, and then we can append new objects to the inside of the file. Okay, so first, all I need to do, right, is to make this A as, what was that? I need to make this A, so that it's in append mode. Okay, and then what we need to do is that we need to do fl.write, and then whatever you want. So let's say Python. So we run that. As you can see, this has been appended. It's not in the best order because append is usually going to be, it will usually start off as a new line, but it can append to the file. If we run that, as you can see, appending can also work as writing to a certain amount. If I just want to write Java inside, and as you can see, if we run that, we can write Java inside. Okay, so that will be today's short video. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below. Please leave a like, subscribe, and yeah.